Yes, sir. Woo! Yo, it's your boy Bumbo. It's like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna keep doing that, but that was funny. Okay. Anyways, it's the Big Dog Command Room. Your boy is back with another video. You know, this time I am talking to you about part 3 of the player interviews. This segment includes Austin Ekeler, Cleveland Farrell, and Jamison Crowder. So I just wanted to just kind of like first to talk about. I didn't know Austin Ekeler was like an undrafted free agent, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know that. Like, so shout out to him. To be able. I mean, of course, I know recently because of everybody talk about him and stuff, but I didn't know that coming in the league. I just thought he was like a third round pick or something, fourth round something, and he just balled out. But he's been balling out. Shout out to him, and he talks about it a little bit in the video, which I'm going to cover. But I just wanted to just kind of like have that kind of separated. You know what I'm saying? So, glad it's inspiring to just see somebody like, especially from the running back position. I played running back when I was in high school. Kind of being like, coming from a place of like, the odds are extremely stacked against you and still overcoming and being able to, do something great. So, shout out to you, and I wish you the best of success here. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even say, first and foremost, all my boy to God, you know what I'm saying? Give the big man his ups, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, everything's cool with that. And, and then, second thing, like, comment, subscribe. You already been watching the video already, you might as well like, comment, subscribe. It's completely free. You know what I'm saying? We at 62, we need to get to 63. Don't make me start freestyling like I got the beat playing in the background, like I got my feet on pavement. I ain't stopping, I'm the rose in the gravement. Ooh, let me stop. I ain't really like that one that much. Like, y'all might like it, but I could freestyle a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I'm not the best at it, but cool. Anyways, 62, 63, 4, 4, 5, 75, then 100, and then story time. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, let's get into this. Start with Austin Ekeler. They asked him another video that starts in the middle of the interview. It was like, why did you want to be here? You know what I'm saying? And he's just like, why the hell not? I'm just like, understruck. Like, he was like, the interest. Like, they showed the most interest. Like, why would you want to go somewhere where they're not really interested in you? So, like, he was saying that, and then also, like, they were saying, like, he was saying that this running back room had, B-Rob in it, and, a lot of young backs, you know what I'm saying? It's an opportunity for him to come in and get some, bring some veteran leadership and stuff like that, and come into a younger room and, contribute and stuff like that. So that was a cool thing. And then, and then it's like, it's not often that you get a running back, older running back. Like, I mean, he's in his 30s, but it's like, it's not often that you get a running back to come into your room and, like, help be that leader. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because the running back room, running backs often get devalued, which they shouldn't, because it's like, you can't really have a good team without a good running back. You know what I'm saying? Look at the last few championships. Like, even with the Bucks, I think Leonard Fournette was on that team. I think whoever it was, they had a good running back. Like, Leonard Fournette's a good running back, and they have Isaiah Pacheco with the Chiefs, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and like, they've always had good running backs and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You have to have a good running back. Even the 49ers with Christian McCaffrey, like, they wouldn't have made it that far without Christian McCaffrey. So you can't devalue the running back position. So that's just important, and I think it's important for us. Like, we haven't had a veteran running back in the room since Adrian Peterson, and you know, that kind of went south when we got Antonio Gibson and we ended up cutting him. So um, that was unfortunate for him, but you know, that year actually turned out beneficial for us when we had Gibb, because you know he played well. But we'll see how it goes. So they're just like the next thing. Let me see. Oh, yeah, and then Nikki was just asking like, "Hey, have you hit up B Rob yet?" And it's just like he was like, "Nah, he hasn't." I'm like, "Man, you slacking, man. You supposed to hit him up. You all interested being in the locker room. You supposed to hit him up. You know what I'm saying? You probably don't even know what B Rob means. His name is not Brandon. It is Brian, like me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, I'm just joking. But nah, I mean, you need to get on that, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta hit him up. You know what I'm saying? But the next thing, we were just asking. John Kahn was asking, like, you know, what it meant for him to be in a room, I mean, in the locker room with, like, you know, Zach Ertz and Zach Ertz and a couple other guys, Bobby Wagner, you know, guys, some veterans that are trying to build leadership in the room. And he was just like, just off gate, like, you know, like there's a different energy here. The energy seems high, you know what I'm saying? So it's good to hear. And he just, and like I've been saying with all, and it's like, I don't know, it's like maybe Adam Peters is brainwashing all the players and stuff. I'm just joking. But it's like literally like, no, what it really is like their aligned vision that Adam Peters and Dan Quinn and stuff are trying to implement, where it's like they're bringing in people that have the mindset of, like, you know, what they're looking for. You know what I'm saying? They understand the chain of command, and from the front office down, and from the team down. You know what I'm saying? From the head coach down. You know what I'm saying? And so he just like he just kind of talking about like that it starts like the energy and the hope and stuff like that starts from the top down. And it's like a lot of the players have been saying it, you know what I'm saying? They understand it. So it's like we've got a lot of smart guys that understand it, you know, those concepts, you know. I don't know why Austin Eckler remind me of somebody. I can't think of who he remind me of. He like Russell Wilson's little brother or something like that, you know what I'm saying? But he remind me of somebody else, and I cannot think of it to save my life. And it's like right there, like I can't think of it, like, you know what I'm saying? Gosh, man, I wish I could think of it. Cause it would be, I'll be like, oh, yo, who does he remind me of? But anyway, he was just talking about like, yeah, you can bring players in, but it doesn't really matter unless you have good leadership and stuff like that to come in. And you know, like you bring players in, you bring coaches in with the same type of energy and same type of mindset, and you help to create the culture, and it helps you win and help you win games and stuff like that. And it's not like, it's sometimes it's something that you can't really, like, you know, he said it's not measured, like, or something that you put on a chart, or be like, you know, he has that much charisma, or he has that much leadership, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, if they had those, they put him on that. Like, you know, he has a 99 in leadership, but they don't have those. Those are intangibles and stuff. Something that a lot of coaches will overlook. Don't let that go over your head. You know what I'm saying? For real, like, you know, coaches will look at the raw talent, how big a player is and stuff like that, and then they be wondering why their teams be trash, because they don't have good leaders and good players of character and stuff, you know what I'm saying? But yeah. Anyways, yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's just like, you know, it just kind of, it has to be everybody in the same effort, like, you know what I'm saying? In order to create something good. But yeah, he was then John Kahn. John Kahn be like, he always had two questions for you. John Kahn just, shout out to the GOAT, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Awesome and professional. But he come up with a follow-up question. He's like, what do you think you could bring to the team? And then of course Austin is like, you know, automatically, like, you know, I'm going to be able to, you know, give you some touchdowns and stuff like that. I'm a voice that you're gonna hear on the field, off the field, and in the weight room, especially in the weight room. I'm going to push everybody to go harder and stuff like that. While also trying to be the best version of myself. So that's something that you love to hear and you would love to see from a guy like him. So it's definitely encouraging. And he's just he's a leader. He brings energy and stuff. Yeah, that's what he said. He said he takes pride in helping people be the best version of themselves, but it also starts with himself. You know what I'm saying? Being the best version of him. And that's what you get. So that's what you get. Playing around. You know what I'm saying? So then they asked him what energizes you, because now they think this man is 40 years old, but he not. But what energizes you now, coming from Los Angeles to here? And he's what energizes me is just him being, him being an undrafted player. Him being an undrafted player, just it energizes him, it motivates him to kind of push forward through everything that he's gone through. Him starting off with the number 3 jersey and doing punts and kickoffs and stuff like that, doing special teams and working his way up to becoming one of the top backs in the league. It's just something that motivates him, and it's kind of pushes him every day. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. And it's he just always got something to prove. You know what I'm saying? Since his first year, so it's just he just remembers those times being a rookie and being feeling he had to prove himself. And the key thing is just talked about it, just took that and embraced the role. He could have easily been I don't want to be on special team. I'm supposed to be starting. I'm supposed to get drafted first, and I'm supposed to be starting. And then what I'm saying, it was just embracing the role and just building from there. And shout out to him though, what I'm saying, because it's he love a good underdog story. This is what the Big Dog Command Room is all about. Underdogs, people that's counted out. That's why I like Taylor Heineke so much. That's why I like Sam Howell so much. Just dudes like that. You know what I'm saying? Cam Curl, so many, guys what I'm saying, that have been counted out, but they should have, they had to prove that they belong. You know what I'm saying? And that's what he said. He just represents the underdog story. You know what I'm saying? That so many people have dealt with, even stars in the league, him being a star. He said it just represents it. Mm-hmm. And I love that whole statement. That's probably my favorite part of his interview. You know what I'm saying? He talked about just being an underdog and building yourself up to a better role and stuff like that, a bigger place in your life. And you know what I'm saying? And he just he wears that with honor. You know what I'm saying? It's he wants to be a representation of that, to show that yeah, despite your circumstances, you can still overcome and stuff like that. Your circumstances may not be the best, but you can push through that. And him being a living representation, living testimony that this is possible and stuff. And he's just not just for football, but just in life in general, because your football career may be over, your life. Your life is still going on, but that part of your life, may be over, but you may be trying to find something in your career or just a dream that you're chasing and stuff like that. And you're being counted out, so you have to just keep pushing through and move through the circumstances. And sometimes the circumstances, you're not always gonna get a hand up. You're not gonna. Somebody not gonna come, and be like, you are, my apprentice, or I know that you can do it, and put you on and stuff. Sometimes you gotta push yourself on. Well, work with God to put yourself on. You know what I'm saying? You gotta put that work in. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is about. Grind mode, underdog, being that dog. Even the underdog is still a dog. You know what I'm saying? So, just keep grinding. I'm really this is kind of a motivational segment, the motivational minute of a command room. Yeah, just keep pushing, keep grinding and stuff like that. Whatever you're trying to achieve, you know what I'm saying, you're trying to do investments, you're trying to own a home, you're trying to get a car, you're trying to get a job, you're trying to do better at your job, you're whatever, you know what I'm saying, do better in life, just keep doing it, man, like, and push through. Like, it's not always gonna be hard, it's not always gonna be easy. I'm going through it right now. I'm telling you, live a witness, like, what I'm saying, like, my circumstance right now is it's not terrible, it's not worse than most. I got a roof over my head, I got food, got family and stuff. But as far as my bill and stuff that I want to do, it's a lot. It's a lot on my plate. You know what I'm saying? But I and I can easily give up or be discouraged or whatever. But I much rather I have to push forward. You know what I'm saying? So I got to figure out ways to be creative, think outside the box, and keep it going. So I can live a better life, live my dreams, live happy that I didn't stay in the same place. I can't be stagnant. You can't be stagnant. So sorry that was a tangent. I didn't even mean to apologize. That was a tangent. I hope that helped you. You know what I'm saying? If you watch, because some of y'all don't be watching or subscribe. So then they asked him how do you want to how do you think they can revitalize this organization come through a 4-13 season, woody whoop, you know what I'm saying, that type. So, he's just talking about this is a whole ecosystem of sports, a business of sports and stuff like that, and you have to just work to build it, you know what I'm saying, and just there's gonna be times you bad, times you good, you know what I'm saying, but you gotta keep working. You even talked about the time when he was with Anthony Lynn. We got the Anthony Lynn and Austin Eckler connection. We talked about when they went to playoffs, they made a playoff run. And, he's if that can be done there, it can be done again, you know what I'm saying? So it doesn't take long, it doesn't have to take long to rebuild. You see with the Texans, that's what everybody's talking about. But, that was a longer process than what, than just a year turnover. I think I might have talked about it before, and Louis T talks about this all the time, but I think 2 years ago, the Texans signed 20 free agents, you know what I'm saying? It was crazy. You'd have thought that they had Caleb Williams on their team that year, you know what I'm saying, or Patrick Mahomes on their team, because everybody signed with them. It was they would just give away free money or something and you just never, I was just it just looked bad because I think David Culley was the coach at the time, and it was just you just could tell they was going to fire him and stuff like that. It just didn't make any sense, but they went there, for whatever reason, and they must have believed that there was going to be something great coming out of it soon, and it turned out to be fruitful for them, at least this past year. So. Like he said, it's if it can be done somewhere else, it can be done here, and so he believes that they can turn it around. So then they asked him what happened to he had kind of a low production season with the Chargers his last season there, and it was just they kind of changed philosophies with the coach and stuff like that. They wanted to throw more vertical and run downhill and stuff like that. And that really doesn't kind of fit with what he wanted to he can do, and he kind of struggled with that philosophy, and then also he had a great first game. I think it was 150 yards, and then he sprained his ankle. He had a high ankle sprain, and then when he came back, he sprained his other ankle. So it was just it was tough for him to battle back. He wasn't trying to make excuses, but it's as a running back, you need your ankles. You know what I'm saying? I've seen running backs play through ankle injuries and stuff like that, but it's not easy. You gotta be a tough son of a gun to be able to do that. So it's kudos for him. It's a tough thing. Hopefully, he's better, healthier, and can contribute. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm starting to get more excited. I'm warming up to it more because it's he's not ancient. You know what I'm saying? He just was having a rough time. It's tough to run fast when you got your ankle messed up, you know what I'm saying? Especially it's a high ankle sprain or, just in a weird spot, yeah. But I am warming up to it more. I just gotta see how this offense works, you know what I'm saying? We don't have a clue what offense or defense is gonna do, so it just kind of remains to be seen. So yeah. yeah, so last thing, like, you know what I'm saying, Trick Hernandez asked him a question like, what was the pitch to bring him here? And he gets a big smile on his face and stuff like that. And so he talks about, like, you know, him coming here with the opportunity to kind of, like, you know, have a two-back system, like, you know, he did with Melvin Gordon when he was first there. When he had his first contract, he was with Melvin Gordon. That was kind of the best he played. And he was also with Anthony Lynn. And so it was just like, you know, that opportunity to have a two-back system with B-Rob, and then also pairing that with Anthony Lynn, who's like a running back guru, a run game guru, you know, is the opportunity to, you know, that he was looking for. So it was like he just decided to, you know, work with it. So, you know, welcome to the squad, Austin. I don't know if you wearing number 30. I haven't really seen all the jersey numbers. I saw some of them. Like, let me talk about this one. Why Marcus Mariota wearing 0? You know what I'm saying? Like, you are a 0. It's like, no, I don't know, that ain't pissed me off so much. It's like, I wanted the young buck or one of the dogs to get, you can't wear 0 and be trash. And I'm not trying to call him trash, but I'm just saying, like, you may not play this year. I want us to draft a dude, and he wore 0 in college, and he wears 0 here. Not somebody that's going to get 0 starts. You know what I'm saying? That's all I got to say about it. But I may be hating or whatever, but that's just how I feel about it. I'm not feeling it. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is, man. But anyways, I did want to just kind of note, like, that, you know, I wanted to kind of, like, acknowledge the undrafted free agents. I was talking about Austin Ekeler earlier. I wanted to talk about, like, you know, Frankie Louvu and Michael Davis, all these guys that are coming with a chip on their shoulder, you know what I'm saying? So I'm excited about them. You know, we have a mixture of first round talent, you know, Hall of Famer leadership, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, undrafted free agents, a whole mixture of, like, you know, guys that are ready to come in and just do something great. So I'm excited about that. So on to the next guy. The next guy is Cleveland. Cleveland, this is for you. It's like, nah, that's Cleveland Farrell. I don't know if you got the LeBron Cleveland reference, but yeah, this guy, I didn't know he was from the area. He from Richmond, you know what I'm saying? He from the 7-5. Shout out to Cleveland. I probably will say his name like that all the time now. But yeah, shout out to him. You know, being from the area. So I don't know why, but like, I don't know why players do that sometimes. Some players do. It's very rare. But you know, for whatever reason, like, they don't want to say that they're a fan. Like, bro, if you're from the area and you like, I used to watch the games, but it's like kind of like tap dance around. If you was a fan, that just say I was a fan of the team when I was younger, and now I'm on the team. Just say that. Like, it's just the whole little mysterious NFL. I don't know, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? But you know, I'm glad that we got a homer from there, and you know, he just talked about, like, you know, why he came. But yeah, my boy Cleveland Farrell. You know, I didn't know where he was from. His name like Cleveland, like, you know what I'm saying? I guess it would make sense to be from this area. I ain't never heard, what is a Cleveland? You know what I'm saying? I heard of cleavage and stuff, clovers and stuff. I don't know, but yeah, like, you know, he's from the Richmond area. You know, shout out to the 7-5, 7 cities and stuff. And apparently, like, I don't know why players like be like so funny about saying, like, you know, like, I'm a fan of a team. Like, obviously the way you're talking about the Redskins or the Commanders or whatever, you were a fan of the team. You kind of was talking around it like he was like, yeah, I used to follow the team, you know, when I was younger and stuff. Just say you was a fan. Like, you was a big fan of the team, and, like, you know, you rooted for us and stuff. Like, it's just weird, like, you know, but it is what it is, you know. But welcome back home, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad you got a chance to play with us, or well, at least be here on the team. So let's get into his interview. And then another video that starts in the middle of the interview. I like, I don't even know what he was asked. Like, you know what I'm saying? So first thing he was talking about, he asked like, how is his relationship with Daryl Tapp? Because he was an assistant D-line coach with the San Francisco 49ers, and of course Cleveland was in San Francisco. I distracted my own self. He was in San Francisco, and played there. So of course they had those connections and stuff like that. And so Cleveland said that Daryl Tapp was the reason why he ended up coming to Washington. He was the sole reason why he came to Washington. So shout out to Daryl Tapp, man. Like, thank you for helping us get, a guy, you know what I'm saying? I was trying to remember where he's from. So apparently, he's from whatchamacallit, Portsmouth. Shout out to Pistol City. You know what I'm saying? If y'all know, y'all know. You know what I'm saying? So he's from there, and another guy that was a fan. I think he actually said he was a fan of Washington when he was growing up. So, I'm glad that he is here. And like they was like, what does he bring? What does he cause you to expect? He was like, this is the main reason why I kind of came here. And like, you have a type of season, like, of course, never going to the Super Bowl. You have a type of season like that. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you're going to be able to grow bonds, with the coaches and players and stuff like that. Because it's like, as a person that was part of a team that went to the Celebration Bowl this past year, it feels different. Like, to know that you get an extra couple weeks of football. You know what I'm saying? And those are some special times, because it's just like, you start realizing that it's a privilege to play football. Like, you know what I'm saying? Especially extended football. You know what I'm saying? And the bonds that you get to connect with your brothers and the coaches and stuff like that. Is like, kind of, it hits different. You know what I'm saying? I'll never forget, the times that we spent in the practices and going to the hotels and before the game, and after the game, all that. You know what I'm saying? And we were kind of in the same boat. We didn't win, but it's still like, those are stuff that you won't forget. You know what I'm saying? And you have brothers for life. From those things. Yeah. Sorry. I'm not apologizing. It was relevant to what was going on. So he was like, of course, like, what he wants out of you, he wants the best of the best from you, and not even just from like playing on the field, but like, in the locker room, how you carry yourself, like how you interact with your teammates and everything. Like, it's just a different thing. This kind of having high character. So this is a guy that develops character. This is a guy that wants the best out of you, and for you. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Daryl Tapp for what you do, my guy. So the next thing, they asked, like, how was your relationship with Adam Peters, like, before coming over here? Because of course, again, they were in San Francisco. He was just saying, like, even before he got the role here, like, he was just surprised about how, like, involved Adam Peters was in San Fran. Of course, he was saying that John Lynch is the GM, of course, and Adam Peters being the assistant GM, he was just very involved and everything, and it just like was kind of surprising to him. But he also was a person that, like, he has a really good eye just for talent and for people, and just people in general. Like, he just sees people, like, I'm kind of paraphrasing a little bit, but he just like, he's a person that, like, can connect people, and like, when something, like, when you need a person to connect with another person, he'll be able to do that for you. And he's just like, in general, like, he's just a good guy, and he seems like a good guy. He seems like a very genuine, honest guy that wants the best for you. You know what I'm saying? And he was just like, he looks, he tries to give, not only that, but he gives good advice, and he helps out a lot. So, he just happy to have that relationship, here. So the next thing he was saying is like, what do you expect, like, to do here in Washington and stuff like that? And off the gate, love the answer. He's like, I don't expect nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? And the more I live life and the more I go through things, you know what I'm saying, I'm just expecting that you shouldn't have too high of expectations. And I used to think that as a kid, like, if you don't have expectations, we won't get truly disappointed. But sometimes it's hard, like, especially like me, I'm a little bit of a dreamer, you know what I'm saying? And get caught in my imagination, my thoughts and stuff like that. I'm still realistic, you know what I'm saying? If y'all been watching this, I be real, I give you the real, but still, I get a little carried away sometimes and expect more than what's gonna happen and stuff like that, or so on and so forth. But straight off the gate, you know what I'm saying? You just like, I don't expect nothing. You know what I'm saying? I expect to come in here and earn, my opportunity and stuff like that. You're gonna get like a person that works hard, you know what I'm saying, and earns everything that like he's given and stuff like that. He was like, just being from this area, it's a rough area, whatever part of the DMV, from DC, Maryland, Northern Virginia. Richmond kind of like middle Virginia, not like middle, but like east middle, like, you know what I'm saying? like it's like y'all, like, okay, you see the couch, so this is Northern Virginia and this is Richmond right here. You know what I'm saying? But it's I guess if you want to claim it is DMV, it is what it is. Richmond is Richmond though, like, you know what I'm saying? This is a whole city. I love Richmond. Like, don't get it twisted. I love Richmond. One of my favorite cities, like, for real. But yeah, I don't know what I was talking about. Oh yeah. So you're just saying it's a tough place, but like, you know what I'm saying, and you have to like, kind of fight for everything. If I want to say it, I'm gonna say it right. My bad. Oh no, I'm sorry, not fight for everything. I'm talking like it's color purple. Whole lot of life I had to fight. But he was just saying, like, the people here that's been fans of the team, just been waiting for something good to happen for the team and stuff like that. Outside of 2012. So. And he's just saying, like, for him being from the area, he has the same mentality. He wants the same things with that. He wants the same things for the team. So, like, you love to hear that, you know what I'm saying? Like, because you understand, like, you get it, because it's like, a lot of players, they don't understand how much we love this team. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we love it because we love this daggone trash heap of a daggone organization that is getting turned around. But it's just been so long, so many years, I just wanted my team to be good, and he gets it. So I don't want to go on a rant. So then it was just like, how was it being from Richmond, like, growing up in the area, being a fan of the team and stuff like that? And he's like, oh, from the beginning, like, you know what I'm saying? When I was like, coming up, they was doing training camp in Richmond and stuff. And, like, it was like the first time he got to see like real, like, football, like, like professional football in like his face and stuff like that. It's just like, oh, like, I can, like, this is not just something that you see on television. This is real life. This is a real thing. You know what I'm saying? It's something that's tangible for him. And he just like, it helped him like pursue his dreams and stuff like that. And I forgot to talk about, like, I like how he said he didn't expect nothing, because from when he was drafted, I believe he was 4th overall. And so, like, people qualify him as a bust or call him a bust or whatever. I'm not calling him a bust, but I'm not calling him a bust. But yeah, like, but I like how he, like, because of that, him not succeeding when he originally got drafted with the Raiders, you know what I'm saying, he has the opportunity to come here and turn around his career and his life, you know what I'm saying. So, but, back to him seeing that in Richmond, it gave him a chance to, like, pursue his dream and, go to college and end up in the NFL. And then he just talks about how it's being a full circle moment, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, to be able to play for him. And he was just like, I don't know if DQ and Adam Peters is watching this thing, man, but he's like, you know, if y'all want to go back to Richmond, you know, apparently Cleveland is the king of Richmond and stuff like that, because he talking about like, if y'all need to come back, I got amenities and utilities and commodities and varieties. Richmond, he the king of Richmond, you know what I'm saying? Because he can get everything. He can get a hotel and restaurants and everything that you need in Richmond. I don't know, he the plug. I don't know. I don't know what he doing. I'm not gonna question what you're doing in Richmond, but you know, more power to you. Maybe it'd be cool to have training camp in Richmond and stuff like that. I never seen training camp in Richmond, so that was it. Yeah. So the next thing was Cleveland. Cleveland was David Aldridge, like, you know, asked Cleveland, because, you know, shout out to DA. I believe he's a journalist for Washington General, but maybe just Washington Commanders. But you know, I'm sure Cleveland is familiar with David Aldridge in general, like, you know, for ESPN, but also just you know, as far as you know, the Washington scene, you know what I'm saying? So he asked him, like, you know, Washington's been bad for so long, like, you know, what does it mean, like, you know, like, are you aware that, you know what I'm saying, of course it's like, you know, warranted, because we've get a bad rap with the media and stuff like that, you know, because we've been so bad, like, basically, what does it mean to, like, you know, kind of turn that around and stuff, and he's just like, you know, I don't want to mess up this quote. So he's just like, you know, yeah, he understands, like, you know, this is a business, you know what I'm saying? This is in the NFL business, the football business. But, you know, he tells, like, not even just the D-line room, but the whole locker room, like, you know what I'm saying? We haven't won anything, we haven't lost anything, and we're not responsible for this stuff in the past, you know, that's happening and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? And that's a good mindset to come in with. And he's just like, you know, like when he went to San Fran, you know, came to an organization that had already won things, like, you know what I'm saying, and they've been doing that for years. But it's like, you know, it's still different. Like, you know, it's different to, you know, be a young man in your 20s trying to, you know, establish yourself and create a new path. And it's kind of similar to how Washington is in general. Like, we're like a 20-year-old trying to find our way, you know, from 20 years from Dan, and you know, 20 plus years from Dan, like, you know, now we're trying to find our way into a new place and pave a path that's hopefully positive and stuff like that. So, you know, so he's just talking about himself, like, kind of like, you know, he's trying to do the same thing, but it parallels with what we're trying to do with Washington right now. And, you know, he's just excited about that, you know what I'm saying? And then he talked about, you know, he remembers seeing how Washington was, like he went to the game when, in 2012, like I was just mentioning before, when RG3 was playing and we played the Seattle Seahawks and stuff like that, and he'd just never forget how excited the fans were, how the energy of the city was and stadium and stuff. And, you know, he just thinks that the city is ready for that again. So that's that. And so, like, and then finally the last question they asked him is, like, you know, like, would you have considered coming to Washington if there was still the same ownership and stuff like that? Like I was just talking about with Dan Snyder, he was just like, you know, yeah, I actually probably would, you know what I'm saying? And I love what he said, because if you watch these videos, which y'all probably don't, like, like, he was like, this is in my DNA, like, I bleed burgundy and gold. You see this, like, you see this, like, you know what I'm saying? This is, like, I feel the same way, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's in me, you know what I'm saying? And that's what he was saying. He's like, I probably would have found a way to come here, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, he's like, you know, maybe prior, like, you know what I'm saying, he might have looked at, like, you know, look here, because it's just like it's close to home and everything. but you know he's grateful that like he went through the things that he went through because it kind of matured him and helped him like you know kind of gain more experience than just like kind of either being drafted straight here or coming straight here and stuff like that. And that was pretty much it. So that was Cleveland. I'm gonna call him that forever now. I don't. It just popped in my head, but yeah, that's pretty much it. And then the last one we're gonna do is Jamison Crowder. Pretty this to break this up like real quick, because this is the top of my mind, and I was just talking about Howard. I want to give a congrats to Howard University for winning the MEAC tournament. Just a couple weeks ago. I think it was last week actually. Yeah, it was a couple weeks ago. You know, and shout out to y'all. You know, for putting in you know that work to. Ended up losing to Wagner in the NCAA tournament by 3 points, but I'm extremely proud of you. Howard's proud of you, and y'all know y'all are getting better every year, and y'all keep grinding and getting better, and you'll be back. So last one, my guy Jamison Crowder. You know what I'm saying? J Crowd. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't have a nickname for him like yet, but I will figure something out. You know. I don't want to take Louis T's. I'm gonna let him have that. Well, it's funny though, like he's funny. But yeah, my boy Jamison Crowder. This you listen to his interview, man. You can hear he's a country boy. This guy's out of Monroe, North Carolina, I believe. You know, we talk about 6 degrees of separation. My guy. Shout out to my boy Shad. You know, I know you probably will never watch this, but you know, my old roommate and when I used to live in Durham, you know, he used to hoop with Jamison Crowder. Not in like college or something like that, but like, you know, just like go to the gym, like, you know, hoop. So he used to hoop with him. And they said he said that, you know, he used to cook, like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, this is an NFL player, this is a professional player, so I can imagine he used to like bust people tail, you know what I'm saying? So it's real dope, you know what I'm saying? That small connection. He went to Duke, so that was like a good 10-15 minutes away from North Carolina Central. Shout out to the Eagles, you know what I'm saying? And Boo Duke. I'm actually a UNC fan and a Maryland fan, so I'm just like kind of all over the place. But you know, I mean, it's still cool, like a North Carolina Navy. I was listening to the video, and his accent just reminded me of kind of everything, like all those things, like, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to him, and let's get into this interview. And the first thing I wanted to say is Jamison Crowder is a good receiver, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was good when he first got here, and he's good, like, I guess third time around. This guy's like survived 3 regimes too, just like Jeremy Reeves, a guy that you know, just can do it all. Like, you know, stretch the field. He catch, you know, mid range, or not mid range, but like in the middle of the field. You know, can return, stuff like that. You know, he's probably not as dynamic as he was when he first was here, but he can still ball. And he just like, you know, just talking about how it's a lesson just to kind of be back and just to get that opportunity. It is amazing, you know what I'm saying? It talks about a lot. It says a lot about how good of a player he is to, like, you know, kind of be gone, and then they just like, you know what, we probably should bring him back. Like, you know what I'm saying? That doesn't always happen. But, you know, when it does, it's just like, you know, you had something special, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times teams just let somebody go, and it's the last time you see from them, you know what I'm saying? So hopefully that happens with Curtis Samuel. I'm just playing. That's wishful thinking. I'm just speaking out loud. So, and so, like, you know, John Keim always started off like, you know, ultimate professional. He asked, like, what do you feel like you can contribute, or like, what do you think you bring to Washington? And he just like, you know, I feel like I still make plays, you know what I'm saying? He came kind of like right before the season started, and he had to learn new offense and stuff like that. So, and then he had to help on special teams and stuff like that, you know. So he just able to make plays when in his limited snaps and stuff like that. And so, and you know, he just like, you know, just feels confident that he can make plays and stuff like that. and you know he feels good, and like you know about like how his body feels, and he just feels great, you know. So then Nikki, you know, shout out to Nikki. She's like, what do you think you can contribute to, you know, the team and stuff like that? What is your, I mean, what do you think your role will be? And you know, what is your impressions of the new staff and stuff like that? And he's just like definitely bringing new energy, you know, to the team and stuff like that. You know, in like the building, and you know, of course, like you know, when he comes in, he wants to be able to, you know, compete at wide receiver and stuff like that, and also contributing to special teams. So that's what he's expected to do, and he wants to put in his best effort and you know help out the squad. Is yeah. I don't know, and then it's like I don't know if anybody was like, you know, they just like, oh, that's just Jamison Crowder or something like that, whatever. But like, it was like they only asked him like 4 questions in total, like. So and then it was like probably 3 at first. So it's, you know, they asked the 3 questions and then it's like a long pause and silence, and he was just looking over like, am I done? Like, what do I need to do anything else? And so he about to get up, and then you know, of course, John Kahn, like you know, being the ultimate professor he is, you know, saves the day. And so like yeah, John Kahn, you know, came to save the day, you know, asking him like, what do you think of like Bobby Wagner and like you know, bringing Bobby Wagner and different vets and like you know, and even himself, like what does he think of that? And like you know, like how important it is to have those guys in the building and stuff like that. He was like, I think it's huge. Yeah, and so he just like, you know, it's just really important to have guys that's like, you know, that are older, have experience, and been part of organizations that have like, you know, been able to win and play and win ball games and stuff. And it's like important to have a collective number of guys that can go out there and be veterans on the offensive and defensive side of the ball, and like you know, go out there and win and compete and to win ball games. And he's just like, all it is we're gonna do is just like help the team get better, and like you know, help share that experience with the younger guys and stuff. And so like my boy Jamison Crowder, you know, gives the final shout out to my guy John Kahn. I'm sorry, Jamison Crowder gives a shout out to my guy John Kahn. You know what I'm saying? And you know, the ultimate professional. I want to give you a shout out. Thank you for you know all the insight and stuff. You know, I get a lot of my info that I kind of help share my insights and perspectives like on here because of what you do and stuff like that. So definitely appreciate you. And the reason I think one of the main reasons he shot him out because this guy has been around even when Jamison Crowder was first here. You know what I'm saying? So it's like dude's a veteran in the game, and you know my guy Jamison Crowder had to give him his flowers and stuff like that. So it was just funny, like he shot him out at the end of the video, and he talked. It sounded like even he left, and it was like probably like a good 20 seconds left in the video. This is just the camera just focused in on the chair and the mic, and you could just hear him in the background just talking about John Kahn. I'm like, John Kahn. You know what I'm saying? So it's just funny. That's pretty much it though, man. And he talking about the camera's still not on. Yes, it is. It's been on for 20 seconds, and hopefully you ain't say nothing illegal or incriminating or you know negative that is not family friendly. Like you know, I'm just playing. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it. Just kind of looking at what else that is on the agenda. So yeah, this one was Austin Ekeler, Cleveland, and and Jamison Crowder. Why can't I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm running on fumes. But this one was that I'm aware that there was other signings. I'm aware that they signed Jimmy Reeves back. I'm aware that Michael Davis has an interview. I'm aware that F.A. Obata was re-signed and he has an interview. You know what I'm saying? But I couldn't find them on the YouTube, like on my phone. So for the sake of this video and it not being 2 hours long, I'm going to make another video, part 4 of those 3 guys. And if they end up deciding that they want to, you know, interview some other guys, then I'll add that too. Like I'll probably even put it in 4, or I'll just make another one of, you know, a part 5 or whatever. So that's pretty much that. Yeah, man. Like, you know, I think from what it looks like, you know, we are only interviewing like key contributors to the team. So if it's like you're more of a depth piece, or like, you know, like not really a starter, like a fringe starter, then you're not going to get interviewed unless you're just like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because they haven't put up an interview for James Pierre Jr. They haven't put an interview for Noah Inamini, and you know, and Michael Dieter. You know, that may change, you know, over the next couple days, but we'll see. So that's pretty much that. But yeah, man, shout out to my new subscriber too. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm making this video in days, like, you know what I'm saying? But shout out to my new subscriber. I had 62, now I'm at 63. So we 64, 65, 66, 70, 80, 75, 100, and then we gonna do story time, man. That's it. We get to the goals. We are striving every day, and I don't. Shout out to y'all. I don't know why y'all was so interested in that one video that y'all watched it 256 times, but thank you. Thank you. I from the bottom of my heart, even if you watch it for 5 seconds, it was just like this dude mumbles and says random stuff, and I don't like it. You know, it's feedback in the background. You watched it. You know what I'm saying? You gave me the view, so thank you. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. Make sure you watch my other videos, the Cam Curl video, my story time video with the 50 subscribers. You know, I don't know, any of my videos, you know what I'm saying? And that's that, man. So like, comment, subscribe. 64, 65, 75, 85, 95, 100. And we out. Till next time, it's your boy Mambo, Big Dog Command Room. Peace, love, and hair grease.